Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of September 2017. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with the shuffle here. And if you haven't had an opportunity to take a look at my 4-minute intro video for the month of September, I invite you to go take a look at that. That does have a little bit of additional information about the readings for this month. I also want to start out by saying happy birthday to the sign of Virgo. This is your birthday. This is Virgo season. All right. So at the end of this reading, I will be doing a 3-card yes or no question, yes or no spread for the sign of Virgo. So if you have a question you'd like answered, you can stick around for the end of the video because we'll be doing that yes or no at the end. So calling on my guides, spiritual teachers, helpers, angels, all that loves and surrounds me and the sign of Virgo, asking for perfect wisdom, perfect clarity, perfect vision as we look at the chakra system for the month of September 2017, giving thanks to all that is for this perfect clarity and the perfection that is this life, acknowledging that all is well all the time. So giving thanks once again to all that is for perfect clarity and wisdom. The cards are getting a little antsy here, so I'm going to continue to shuffle for the sign of Virgo for September 2017. I'm also using a black obsidian stone this month. If I do see any energy in the chakra reading that I feel needs to be balanced, I'll go ahead and use the black obsidian stone. If you'd like to be included in that balancing, simply state your name either out loud or to yourself, and you will also receive the benefits of that balancing. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have for Virgo here. All right, let's take a look at these chakras. And I'm just going to move these down a little bit here so that we can have enough room to make sure that those are all in the camera view. And I think that will allow all of them to be seen. All right, so at the very bottom of the deck, Virgo, you're pulling the 4 of Wands in the reverse. Now, the 4 of Wands in the reverse is talking about the foundational energy here. The foundational energy for your home, whatever you see as solid. You could experience a little shaking up in some area there with this 4 of Wands coming up in the reverse. Now, when I use terms like shaking up, what I'm really saying there is that, you know, we're used to things going a certain way. You know, we get up every single day, we go to a job or to our office, and, you know, we come home, we have dinner. Everything is so routine, right? When something in your routine is slightly off, all right, in the month of September. So that's what I mean when I say shaking up there. What that is, you know, only time will tell. These are general readings, and I'm not able to specifically say, well, this is the one thing that you'll need to watch out for. But maybe as we look at the rest of the cards here, we'll get a better clue about what that could be. Now, I do note that in your root chakra, at the very foundation, we also have some more shaking up, which further confirms your initial card of the 4 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Tower coming up in the reverse. So, as you know, the Tower is a major arcana. Upright, it signifies great change, upheaval, that shaking up that I was talking about, maybe to a greater degree even. In the reverse, it speaks more of these changes, things occurring that either you're not expecting, you're not anticipating, you didn't plan on that happening. Right? So there's no real way to plan for the unexpected. There's no way to prepare for things that you don't see coming. So in this way is how they shake us up, because we didn't see them coming, we weren't prepared, and in many cases we don't know what to do. All right, so this is coming in as a foundational energy for the sign of Virgo in the month of September, and it's also coming in right at your foundation. So I am going, and one other note here about the Tower in the reverse. You know, if upright, it's about upheaval and great shaking and changing. In the reverse, for some of you, this will mean, you know, those things that are changing are even though they're unexpected, they are also for your greatest good. You know, they may seem to be a little painful or challenging as the events are occurring, but I'm guided to add that these changes are indeed for your highest and best good. All right. So with that additional, I was about to use the obsidian stone, but I did get the additional inspiration that this is for your good. So we're not going to use the stone on that card. Now, the next card that you have is your sacral chakra. This is your self-confidence. This is your emotional stability. So here you can see that there's a decision that is needed, and it's a decision that you don't have everything that you need to make a firm decision or an educated decision. Perhaps there's missing information or additional time or something there that you don't have everything that you need to make a good, solid, clean decision. And so in that way, that's going to impact your self-confidence, if it's allowed to, that is. You know, not when we're not feeling confident, when we're not feeling strong, when we're not feeling like that we do know. Again, I'm referred back here to the Tower card in the reverse. I was getting the impression here that there's some unexpectedness about these changes. These are not things that you could have planned for. So again, that may very well put you in a position where you don't feel like you have everything that you need to make good decisions, and therefore that does and will affect your ability to be self-confident or emotionally stable. So a reminder there to stay as centered as possible. You know, life is constantly changing. There's nothing in life is static, right? So the changes that we all have to face and endure and overcome sometimes, you know, it's a part of living this life. It comes with the game of life that we're playing. All right. So next up, we have the solar plexus right at your power center. You're coming in strong with the Knight of Swords upright, very youthful, very innocent energy, mental energy. And I do note that these swords are right next to each other, the Two of Swords and then the immature or youthful thinking. Right at your power center, you're coming from a more, I don't want to say innocent, but you're coming from a place in terms of your thinking. You're coming from a place of not the greatest level of maturity, and it could be very well because of this blindfold, right? Perhaps if this blindfold were off, this would be the King of Swords instead of the Knight. But because you're having this time of not being able to see and make those clear decisions. There, you're coming from a place of, in some instances, you're coming from a place of less than mature thinking, right? So, all right. Okay, so we're going to move on to, I was waiting for an impression there as to whether the stone needed to be used there, but I didn't get the hit to include the stone on this because there's a, I believe it's because there is a level of innocence here, right? So even though you may be responding in a less than mature manner, there is an absolute level of innocence there. So we'll move on to the heart chakra. So at the heart chakra, you're coming in with the Queen of Pentacles. This lovely queen is on top of her game when it comes to finances, when it comes to money, when it comes to material aspects of your life. So that's very close to your heart in the month of September. You're wanting to master this level of this queen's level of the pentacles or the coins here. And there is a potential for you to do that. Anything that's in our heart is just the central power center of the body. So that's a very powerful desire coming out from the heart area to master your coins, to be on top of your game when it comes to your material well-being in the world. So it's good to see the Queen of Pentacles showing up at your heart center. And next up, she's actually looking right at the Ace of Cups, this queen is, and this Ace of Cups is coming in at your throat chakra. So here we have, in your throat chakra, we have the Ace of Cups. So you have the ability to express your emotions, the way you're feeling about your life, about whatever's going on. You have this ability to speak very eloquently. Now, I wanted to pause there for a moment because just a couple of cards ago, we just talked about immature thinking. And I went back to this card because I'm honoring my own guidance there not to include the obsidian on this because it is very innocent. And this innocent way of thinking will allow you to speak from a place of emotional maturity, right? Because you're innocent in your thinking, you're coming off with your words very maturely, very stable in your speaking and in your communications. Of course, aces also indicate a new beginning, so you may just be speaking yourself right into a new beginning in the month of September as well for Virgos. All right, so next up we have the third eye chakra. This is your intuitions. So you have the Knight of Swords here, and now you have the Page of Swords coming in the reverse. Now, this page comes in with additional information or data or something that you're needing to get things done. Now, when I see him in the reverse, that tells me, and I just had these cards show up in the reverse in the reading I did just before this, which I think that was for Cancer. So, you know, this speaks to delays in that information. This speaks to that information not coming in as quickly or as completely as you need it to. So again, and also I'm reminded back on this Two of Swords where there's a blindfold here, right? So this Page of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Swords upright is indicative that yes, there will be information that you need to make decision that just may not be readily available in the way that you'd like to see it be. Okay, so at your crown chakra, which is your highest potential, we have the Page of Pentacles coming up in the reverse. Again, the page as well as the both of these are pages, actually, aren't they? Yes, both of these are pages. So both of these pages coming in the reverse, or are they upside down? Yes, in the reverse, as your highest potential, and as well as your third eye. So we're talking intuition here, as well as your potential. So when I see both of these pages in reverse, and I know that pages come in when there's information that's needed, or data, or messages, some sort of missing link that you're needing in order to get things done. When I see these in the reverse, it just reminds me that in this area, if you find yourself, and I know when you watch these videos, you know, it may not stick with you for the entire month, but if you can manage to maybe remember that there is a potential that the information coming into you this month may not be as clear, may not be as timely, may not be as informative as you'd like it to be, at least you forewarned about that, so that you can potentially be more tact, or handle the situation with as much tact and grace as possible. So I am going to sit the obsidian stone on these, right down here in this area, on top of both of these pages in the reverse, just to kind of help. You know, it may not make that information come in quicker to you or more completely to you, but it balancing your energy so that you're able to still maintain a level of stability, a level of calm, and a level of tact and grace as you deal with this energy here. Which, by the way, it's not, I don't see anything that's, you know, just absolutely, you know, unbelievable or dreadfully hard here. It's just that as much, you know, I'm always open to receive and give as much help as I can give in terms of balancing this energy out. So let's go ahead and take a look at and close your reading out with your guidance card from the Chakra Insight Oracle deck. Calling on Spirit and asking for an additional guidance card for the sign of Virgo for the month of September. Looking for one additional guidance card, thanking Spirit in advance for perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect understanding. These cards are a little sticky. They are new cards, so here we go. So there we go. All right, so the guidance card for Virgo for the month, for the month of September is money, right? And I'm looking, you did get the Queen of Pentacles right there at your heart center, right? And I did say when you pulled the Queen at the heart, she has her stuff together. She's materially set. And this came up in your heart chakra, so that told me that you are very focused, very passionate about meeting your goals in terms of your finances, and you got the money card, right? Well, kudos to you and happy birthday once again. There's you will read this card here: finances, power, generosity, and abundance. So there's a little birthday nugget for you. You got the money card. All right, so now what I'd like to do is take a look at your 3 cards for the birthday sign this month. I do include one additional reading at the end, which is a yes-no spread, and I'm actually going to leave the money card here for you, Virgo. Or can we put it where it's not? How about there? How about we put it right in the center? All right, there we go. All right, so I'm using the Gilded Revelry for your 3 card spread, the Gilded Reverie, which is a very cool deck from Ciro Marchetti. It's a Lenormand deck. And so if you'd like to go ahead and focus in on the question that you have, and then you can select one of the cards, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. And then we will let you know if that's a yes, no, or a maybe. So, looking for a 3-card spread for this birthday sign of Virgo for the month of September. We're looking for 3 cards that clearly indicate an answer for Virgo. And giving thanks in advance as we look at these cards. So if you're all set with your question, you're all focused on your question, go ahead and select a number now between 1 and 3. And then I'm going to lay the cards down and tell you what 1 through 3 mean. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. Alright, so if you chose card number 1, the answer is a resounding yes. This is the heart card. Alright, we just got done talking about the heart. So, yes, if you chose number 1, the answer is yes. If you chose number 2, this is very interesting how Spirit does this. This is the 2nd month that I've done the birthday reading, and each time I get a yes, no, and then I get a guided message on one of the cards. And I do have a guided message for you if you chose number 2. The message is that you're waiting on information. So there's more information that you need, which was kind of indicated in your card spread, in your chakra spread for this month as well. So there's no yes or no for you just yet. This would technically be a maybe, but there's additional information that you need before a clear yes or no can be given. All right, and if you chose number 3, the answer is no. These are the clouds, and the clouds mean no-go. All right, so we have a yes, a you're waiting, and a no. All right, so that does conclude your reading. I do wish you all the best in your birthday month, Virgo. You were my biggest viewers for the month of August, so I send a sincere, heartfelt thank you to all of the Virgo viewers out there, and I will see you back here in October. Namaste.